What is good, YouTube, and welcome back to a brand new video. Today we're going to be rebuilding quite possibly the worst situation right now in basketball, that being the New Orleans Pelicans, and I say that for a couple of reasons. This team right now finds himself 0-6 on the season, and they made two crazy trades in the offseason. One of them was super unlucky, and the other one was simply malpractice. Let's go ahead and jump in and do a realistic New Orleans Pelicans rebuild in NBA 2K26 because this franchise seriously needs some help right now. The reason why I quite possibly call it one of the worst situations because right in the offseason, of course, as we're all aware, this one, like I said, was super unlucky. They traded the Pacers pick back to the Pacers like 3 days before Halliburton tore his Achilles. Super unlucky, but if they would have had that Pacers pick still, I think there were some protections on it, like top 3 or something like that. Regardless, they could have potentially had a lottery pick from the Pacers. And of course, as we're all aware, on draft night, they traded their pick unprotected to draft Derek Queen, and this team finds themselves 0-6 on the season. So instead of having potentially 2 lottery picks going into the offseason, you're going to have none, and you're 0-6, tied with one of the worst teams in the East, which of course is the Brooklyn Nets. So this team has no business being winless right now based off the moves they made in the offseason. It's just not a good look whatsoever. So this team needs some help, and I'm here to hopefully help this team out today. So let's go ahead. Similar to the end of year one, I don't think I'm going to rush trading Zion just yet, but he's definitely something to potentially consider in the future. He's still got 3 years left in his deal. He's playing well so far, but like I said, if there is an opportunity to trade him, we may do it. I don't know, but regardless, we're probably going to be pretty bad for the rest of the season. Unfortunately, we're not going to get any benefit off of that. If I do decide to make any trades at the deadline, which I might, I will show you. SGA wins MVP. Cooper Flag is your Rookie of the Year. Malik Monk is your 6th man. Depoy goes to Wembanyama. Nemius is your Most Improved. And Steph's your Clutch Player. Mike Brown's your Coach of the Year. And Joshua Burgess is your Executive. And Sabonis won the Cup MVP. So here is your All-NBA First Team, All-NBA Second, and All-NBA Third Team, All-Defensive First, and All-Defensive Second Team. And here's your All-Rookie Team. So we do get Derek Queen making it, which I guess is a good thing. Fear's unfortunately not on here, but we also did not end up in the playoffs or the plan. There was a moment there where I thought we were actually going to squeak in there, but unfortunately did not happen that way. So Zion Williamson, oh, look at that, played 38 games on the season. So yeah, that is definitely in character, I would say, for Zion Williamson. So that is not good. That kind of makes sense in a way. Trey Murphy, 17 points per game, 21 from Jordan Poole, and 22 from DeJounte Murray. Fears with 11, only played 10 games on the season, so I guess he was out of the rotation in 2K, but that'll be fixed going into this next season for sure. So let's go ahead and see who goes on to win the championship, but not a great start, of course, in this one. Mavericks go on to beat the Knicks in 4 and win themselves a championship. Now, let's see what 2 picks we potentially could have had. I don't even know if the Pacers turned their season around. I didn't really pay attention, but I do know our pick is headed to, of course, the Hawks, and it's going to end up at number 7. And then as far as the Pacers pick, it's at 16. So I guess we didn't miss out. The Pacers turned their season around, so good for them. But that is how the rest of the draft order fell. As far as the staff is concerned, Willie Green, I mean, I guess I'm going to go ahead and keep him going into this next season for now, but definitely on the hot seat, I would say. And then on draft night, we have Zion is healthy. So I'm actually almost considering trading away Zion right now. I mean, the man played 38 games. His trade value would be just very plummeted. So maybe it wouldn't make sense to trade him right now just because based off, you know, him only playing 38 games, he's probably not going to get you a ton. So maybe it's better off we just keep him at the moment. So maybe I won't do that just yet, but definitely looking to pull the trigger in the future. Let's go to player options though. No draft picks to speak of here. So Missy will be accepted. Looney will accept Hawkins, but we'll let the other 2 go. Alvarado, wait, did he decline his player option? I think he he accepted it. So Alvarado, fine, that's fine. Okay, qualifying offers, we have nothing. So for free agency, we don't have too much to worry about. Actually, nothing to worry about, basically. So as far as what I want to accomplish this offseason, I do think I want to trade away DeJounte Murray, and if I could trade away Poole, I would definitely do that as well, for sure. And then we're going to move like Derek Queen to probably the center position just because I like him a little bit better there. But I don't know. We'll figure it out. So I'm going to try to trade DeJounte Murray, although I'm not expecting a ton. He did have a decent season, though. So there's probably some teams that would still line up for him. So let's see if there's anything we can get for DeJounte Murray to start this rebuild. So this is not a lot to like for DeJounte Murray, but basically what I'm trying to accomplish here is just getting out of his contract for next year as far as that player option is concerned. I'm also trying to clear the floor for Jeremiah Fears to play a lot next season. If I can somehow squeeze a first out of them as well, that'd be great. So let's see what they say. They want Micah Peavy? Sure, we'll do that. So we'll get a first round pick. It's not a great one by any means, but it's a first nonetheless for DeJounte Murray. That should give Fears the absolute green light to start next year, which is what I wanted to accomplish. Jordan Poole, probably going to be a little bit tougher to get off of him, but I will say he did have a good season, so maybe there'd be some team to line up for him, so I'll try for him as well, but I realistically think we'll more than likely have to hang on to him, unless we did something like this, but I'm not trading a first-round pick to get off. Poole's expiring, so not going to do anything like that. So I think for now, he's probably stuck with where he is, so that's fine. We'll just keep Poole going into the season, and then we're going to probably move Herb Jones to the 2, so our shooting guard spot will be fine, our point guard spot will be fine. Steve Bay backing up Trey Murphy's fine. Zion, Derek Jones, Derek Queen. So I get, and then we got, Yannick out of here as well. So yeah, I think we're actually good, funny enough. And then I think, like I said, if Zion is healthy at the trade deadline and is having a good season, I may pull the trigger on trading him. We'll see though. Progression though, we do have Zion up to an 88, Missy's up to an 81, Fears and Queen are both up, and Jordan Hawkins is also up. Alvarado is down 2, and we do have that center, Conan, going up to a 73. One thing we do have going into this next draft, though, I will say, is we do have that Bucks pick this year. And we just picked up a pick from that DeJounte Murray trade, although this one probably won't be anything special. So let's go into the rotation for year number 2. Zion Williamson is still very much someone I'd be looking to get off of if I can, especially if I can get any type of value for him. That's the game plan, and we'll see if we can accomplish something at the deadline for his services, or if it's just better if we keep him. So here is a rotation going into next season. Jeremiah Fears, Jordan Poole in the backcourt, Trey Murphy at the 3, Zion at the 4, Derek Queen, Missy, Herb Jones, Jordan Hawkins, and Derek Jones Jr. So I'm low-key also going to flip Herb Jones and Jordan Poole here, just because I definitely want Herb Jones to start for sure. So that is what we're going to rock with. And if Zion is having a good season, and if he is healthy at the trade deadline, like I said, I may look to pull the trigger on trading him. I guess it just kind of depends on what our record is. It's very possible this team is a playoff team this year. I won't rule that idea out. But if we're not, and we're struggling, and Zion is playing well, I think I might look to capitalize on its value and go in a new, different chapter in this Pelicans rebuild. But it remains to be seen what it's like at the deadline. So I am at the trade deadline as promised, and I'm trying to make a trade with the Charlotte Hornets right now where I send Zion to Charlotte, where I get Concanipo out of this trade, basically, is what I'm trying to accomplish. So we get Josh Green and Miles Bridges as big expiring contracts, but I'm mainly doing this for Knipple, and I'm hoping to get 2 firsts for Zion. So let's see what they say to this. They do counter. They want Jordan Hawkins. They'll give me Cole Anthony. I don't really want to trade Jordan Hawkins like that, honestly. So if I can find a way to do this without that being involved, that'd be great, but I don't know if I'm gonna be able to. So instead of Jordan Hawkins, I'd give you Derek Jones Jr. though, and then would they try to give me Cole Anthony? So I'll take not AJ DeBanzo, sorry, but Cole Anthony out of them. So let's see if they would do it for this then. No, they say no. Okay, so we're getting close, I feel like. What about Derek Jones Jr. in the trade instead? If we have to trade, it's Johnny Davis. Okay, I'll do that. And we get Trey Man out of this too. Definitely gonna do this. So Zion is being traded away from New Orleans to Charlotte. So this is a new era we're about to start, but I feel like it was very necessary. We're 15-35 on the season. So Zion is gone. In comes Concanipo. And yeah, that is going to be a brand new chapter officially started. So the rotation's going to be kind of weird for the rest of the season, but we know what we have going for us. We know we have Fears, Knipple, Queen, and Missy as kind of like the 4 guys, and Trey Murphy, although unfortunately for Murphy, doesn't really develop very well in 2K, so don't really trust him to turn into anything, unfortunately. But I will see you guys at the end of the season. That was a very necessary move, I feel like, to push us in a whole different direction for this Pelicans franchise. So Cade wins MVP, Peterson's Rookie of the Year, Ivy is your 6-man, Wemby is your D-point, and most improved goes to Dillingham, and Paulo is your clutch player, and Kidd is your coach of the year, and executive goes to Nathan Mack. So here is your All-NBA first team, All-NBA second, and All-NBA third team, All-Defensive first team, and All-Defensive second team. So, of course, we didn't make the playoffs, which is not too surprising, but here were your player stats. So you had 18 from Fears, 17 from Bridges, 17 from Poole, but Bridges, Poole, and a bunch of other guys are going to be walking, and I'm not bringing them back either. So Jordan Poole isn't expiring, which he'll be gone, and Bridges also will be gone. So I'm glad those guys will be out of the way, and will be kind of headed towards a official new chapter. Charlotte did not turn their season around with Zion coming in, but the Mavericks do win another championship, beating the Pistons in 4 games, but I can't wait to see kind of where we end up in the lottery this offseason. So we are projected pick number 3, and then the Knicks via the Wizards, which isn't a true pick, but let's see where we end up. And we will have the number 6th overall pick. So we fell pretty far, which is really unfortunate. And then you got the Knicks, who have number 4, but that's not entirely true. And then the Bulls is not true either. So a lot of picks wrong, of course, as usual. But we will fix those, or I'll at least fix the Knicks one for sure, and then probably the Bulls one. But let's go ahead and draft. We also have that 24th pick from the Murray trade and 30th from the Zion trade. So 3 first-round picks in this draft, one of them being top 10. Would have loved to have seen it stay in the top 5, but what can you do? I also have fired Willie Green, and we're moving in a different direction there as well. So let's see if there's anybody we could bring in that would make a lot more sense on this team. And I see a few guys, but the only real one I'm noticing is Jason Kidd, and I mean, I'm sure the Mavericks are going to be offering him something, so I doubt he comes over to this team, but I'll throw him one nonetheless. And then we have, I guess we can go, not just Kidd, Stauffer is not real, Jacob Under, I mean, a lot of these guys aren't real, to be honest with you, so probably not going to get Jason Kidd, I presume. So yeah, we're going to get Taylor. I don't know who this is, but Robert Taylor, welcome to New Orleans. He had decent offense and decent defense, so that is why we have taken him, and I got to be happy with that. So on draft night, like I mentioned, we're picking at number 6. So number 1 overall is going to be Tyron Stokes to Denver. Number 2 is going to be Stephon to Boston. Number 3 is going to be Christian Collins to Houston. Would love to have drafted him. Fred McCoy to Washington, and then Baba goes to Charlotte. Okay. So we have the option to take Hugo. We have the option to take Mika, which don't know much about him, but I think I might take him. Caleb Holt wouldn't be bad either, or Kayla or Cameron. So 6'8" France guy, or we go 6'11" from Finland. I mean, I guess I'm gonna go with the Finland guy here at 6 or at number 6. So welcome to New Orleans. And then there's a couple late first. So Jason Crow was someone that was at the top of the board there, so I'll take him here this late. And at pick 30. Let's see what we get here in this draft. Dylan, or in this pick, not this draft. Dylan Mingo or Shelton Henderson. I'm going to take Shelton Henderson here. So welcome out of Miami. We walk away with a 76 overall. So not terrible. I'll take it. And we get Crow and Shelton. So if nothing else, these guys will either develop into something, or they're going to be really good bench players for the foreseeable future. And we'll accept all of these as well. And then qualifying offers, Jordan, somebody I do want to bring back. And then for free agency, we have Alvarado, Poole, Hawkins, Josh Green, Miles Bridges. But the main one, of course, is going to be Jordan Hawkins. So I'm going to bring him back on a really nice contract. And then Fears, Trey Mann. I forgot we got Trey Mann out of that trade. So that was a really good throw in for us. Knipple and Herb Jones, Trey Murphy. We have Mika, and then we have Missy and Derek Queen and Conan. So I guess the only position that I would look to add is a power forward, but we have Ron Holland, who's unrestricted. Detroit did not keep him, so sign me up for some Ron Holland to come over, give him a shot to play a role here in New Orleans. So I'll grab him, and then let's see what else we can do. Anything else we want to go for? Scoot is a free agent. New Orleans used to have interest in him, but we're, rolling with Fears, so I'm not going to do anything there. And I guess the only position that maybe you could convince me we need to do something is the 3, but that probably just means moving Herb Jones back to the 3. So probably do something like that, and this is going to be kind of the rotation going into next season. So yeah, a whole different change of direction here. No Zion Williamson. It's going to be the Fears Queen show, whatever it may be. So yeah, Fears is up to an 86, and Knipple is up to an 85. So that's big. This backcourt hopefully is going to be really good together. We'll see. Derek Queen's 82, 82, 82, 80, and 78. And as I mentioned, Trey Murphy, unfortunately, he does not move in 2K. He's just kind of stays the same. And I guess it's better than him going down, but whatever. So this should be a very interesting third season with no Zion Williamson. I have no idea what to expect. We do have a new head coach, so maybe that brings something new to the table as well. But Fears and Knipple will probably be leading the way in scoring, and we'll see if that leads us to the playoffs or not. Well, Parank has this 19th overall, and the proficiency is 3 at perimeter centric, but it could be 3.5 at balance. So I do think we go ahead and move this to a balanced system. I like the direction of the team right now, but it all depends on how the season goes. I would like to show some type of progress this season, as Fears and Knipple should be absolutely, doing their thing this year. We have our 10 rotation going, which is good. So I like the rotation as of right now. And what is Fears Knipple's shot tendency? That's the other thing I want to look at. So Fears is pretty high, or actually it's kind of low. So I'm going to give him a little bit of a higher shot tendency. And same thing with Knipple. I need these guys to be absolutely great if we're going to do anything this season. So something like this, I think, works for me. So those two balling out would be great. And I would give Trey Murphy some run too, but like I said, unfortunately, just does not move in overall. So I've kind of just, whatever. He's a nice starting 3 who will space the floor, and that's great. All we need him for. So don't really know what to expect out of this guy either. Is he going to develop into something special, or is he just going to be a bench piece? I guess it remains to be seen. I will see you guys at the end of, I believe, year number 3. Hopefully, we maybe sneak in as a play-in team. That'd be a nice direction, or nice sense of direction to be in, but we'll see. So far, though, season's not going too bad. Nikola Jokic wins MVP in a Chicago Bulls jersey. Stokes is a Rookie of the Year for Denver. Ivy is your 6th man. Wemby is your D-Poi. And Dash is your Most Improved. D-Book's your Clutch Player. And Donovan is your Coach of the Year. And Austin Newsom, also your Executive. Makes sense that Jokic got Billy Donovan Coach of the Year. But here is your All-NBA first team. It wouldn't shock me if somehow we got one of our guys on here. But no, unfortunately, not going to be the case. All-Defense first team and All-Defensive second team, though. All rookie first team. We do get Mika almost. I don't even know if I'm saying his name right, but Mika, whatever. I mean, he does almost win Rookie of the Year. So he averaged 15 points per game in his first season. So hopefully he becomes something special for us. I think that would give us like a lot of confidence. But this season went very, very well. We ended up with almost 50 wins on the season. So yeah, 49-33 on the season. That feels good. What about Charlotte? How did they do over there? So Charlotte was Zion. Unfortunately, oh no, they're the 10th seed at 32-50, but still not something they should probably feel great about. But here were your player stats. So unfortunately, we are going in kind of hurt with Trey Murphy and Missy gone for the season, basically. But whatever. 22 from Jeremiah Fears, 22 for Knipple, 15 from Mika, and 13 from Trey Mann. Not having Trey Murphy is going to hurt quite a bit, but we'll have to just try without him. So probably should shrink this to a 9-man rotation, all things considered, and this is what the rotation is going to look like. So Queen's going to step up, and yeah, Jason Crow's going to play some minutes. So this should be a very interesting playoff run, but assume with us playing the Spurs in round 1 that this is not going to go particularly well, because Wemby is probably going to dominate. So somebody current round, and we don't even get 1 win. But you know what? Like I said, I think it's a good sign that at least we were in the playoff mix. Unfortunately, going in hurt didn't help. I don't think it would have mattered, though. I think the Spurs would have absolutely killed us regardless. So not a lot to be overly upset with there. We were just probably a little too undersized to deal with Wembanyama. But I don't think we have any picks this offseason, if I'm not mistaken. So nothing special here. But I would like to make some kind of aggressive move this offseason. We made the playoffs. We have the 23rd pick. So 23rd pick. Let's head to draft night. I don't know how much Mernon is going to develop. What is his trade value? This should probably tell me how much he would develop. So he is going to be, let's see, 3.5. So that tells me there could be a big jump for him this offseason, which would be big time. I guess the one position that you could convince me that we need to upgrade would be the starting small forward spot, because Trey Murphy, Herb Jones are just going to stay at an 82 and an 81, which is not anything to be overly upset with. But do we want a higher ceiling? Higher ceiling there is the ultimate question, is what it boils down to. No trades as of yet, but we will go ahead and draft here at 23. So I guess I'm just going to draft the top player on the board out of Texas, 6'1". We didn't necessarily need a point guard, but he's a 72 overall. Maybe using a trade later on, we'll have to see. But Fears, Knipple, Derek Queen, and Conan all coming back. And then qualifying offers, Missy is a free agent despite, being hurt. Definitely would like to bring him back if I can. And we do have money as well, so something to keep in mind, as you do have like Ryan Dunn and Don't Connect out here, but these aren't really the small forwards I'd be after. Buzelis is interesting, but obviously we have to re-sign Missy to a somewhat big deal, so probably not gonna be able to get anybody too crazy in the offseason. So our whole, spiel of being better is all gonna depend on how much we get development-wise out of our power forward, our rookie power forward. I don't know how much to expect, but if we can get something really good, I think that would change the trajectory of next season. So that is what I'm gonna hope for. So let's see if that ends up working out in our favor. So progression, we have him up to an 80, so nothing special, but Fears and Knipple are both 90 and 87, and 84 Derek Queen, 83 Missy. Murphy and Herb Jones still an 82, and he's up to an 80 overall. So we could be patient, or we could do something more aggressive, and I am thinking of a more aggressive approach right now. I want to compete next year for a potential championship, because I think Fears and Knipple are ready to do so while they're on their rookie contracts, and I think it's makes sense to take advantage of that opportunity. So let's go see if a Ford could be acquired. I don't know if we can get one, but that is my hope. Well, I'm going to be shooting for Jabari Smith Jr. here. So instead of trading our power forward who could develop into like an 86 out of nowhere randomly, I'm just going to try to get someone that will help us right now, but won't be too costly. Jabari Smith Jr. being an 84 overall. So Ron Holland has quite a bit of trade value, funny enough, but I'm willing to trade him here for Jabari and see what the Rockets say. They say no to that proposal to start things off, but I do have some other things I can throw in here. And just like that, we get Jabari Smith Jr. on the team. So that gives, you know, Mika a bench role and Jabari Smith starts, gives us a little bit of a higher overall there to like. So yeah, I like that trade. It hurts our depth just a tad bit, but ultimately I wanted to make an aggressive move. While that wasn't like the most aggressive move in the world, it definitely helps us out for next season, which is what I wanted to hope for. Queen, Missy, and, you know, Herb Jones, Trey Murphy, like, we have a good looking roster. It's just a matter of putting it all together. So I'm glad we decided, and I loaded the wrong draft class, but I'm glad we decided to make a move. I'm hoping Jabari Smith can pay it off, but let's fix that draft class really quickly, and then we can be ready to look at this rotation. The last year we made the playoffs, and now we add Jabari Smith, so the spacing should be quite well with Trey Murphy, Jabari, Knipple. I mean, even Fears, I don't know what he shot last year, but 37%, so if he gets even better from there, the spacing should be phenomenal. I like this rotation a lot. I think there's a lot of potential here. Are we a contender in the West? That I don't know, but I do think we can be a sneaky one. I don't know if we're like a for sure contender, but if Fears and Knipple can just absolutely outscore backcourts in the playoffs, and maybe we have a shot. I feel like we have enough of a roster to maybe make something happen, but we'll see. And so far, we're off to a great start. So hopefully we can keep that up and be a top seed in the West and avoid teams like the Spurs and the Mavericks early on. Jokic gives himself another MVP in that Bulls jersey. Roster is your rookie of the year. Miles is your sixth man for the Timberwolves. We got Wemby, Depoy, Christian Collins most improved, and Paulo is your clutch player. Jason Kidd's your coach and your executive goes to Jordan Hobson, and Cade is your cup MVP. So here is your All-NBA first team. We got Jokic, Wemby, SGA, Peterson, and Cade Cunningham. All-NBA second team and All-NBA third team. Jeremiah Fears making it is a great sign. Now, unfortunately, his three ball went down a little bit, but like I said, there's plenty of spacing around him. Would have loved to have seen him at least stay at 37%, but oh well. So he's still at least on an All-NBA team as we are the third seed in the Western Conference. So here were your player stats. So Knipple, unfortunately, is hurt going in. That is not good. 24 points, our second leading scorer. He's out for 68 weeks, so we're not going to be able to see him for quite some time. So that is not good. But we get to play the LA Clippers in round one, so let's see if we can't. Luka Doncic joined them, of course. Okay, well, game one goes to us. We have Jeremiah Fears, though, so why are we scared of Luka Doncic? And so far, it has not mattered. The Clippers are just cursed, and are they about to come back on us? Oh, they're about to come back on us. Okay, that makes sense now. So never mind. It was too good to be true. So now we went up 3-0, but now we're about to blow a 3-0 lead to Luka Doncic and the Clippers, which makes all the sense in the world. But can we hang on and avoid doing that? And no, we're going to blow. Well, we took the lead back. And okay, we blew a 3-0 lead. 118 to 117. That is fantastic. I love that. So let's see who goes on to win the championship. It is going to be the Mavericks and the Hawks. And the Mavericks going to beat the Hawks in 5 games. So obviously, it's pretty simple to me to chalk that up to we were not healthy. Knipple being our second leading scorer down in the playoffs did not help anything whatsoever. So we have the 22nd pick from the Zion trade here. And I think we have the 27th pick as well. Okay. Staff signing, Robert Taylor. I mean, I guess we've been good the regular season, but playoffs not so much. Went up 3-0 just to blow a 3-0 lead. It's pretty brutal. 22 and 27. I'm gonna let the well, actually, let's just jump in and draft them. Although I will say I don't know how much these guys can contribute at this point. So Miles Simpson out of Kansas, and we'll go ahead and take Terrell Jackson here with this one. All right, Sacramento State, welcome in. So player options, rookie signing 73 and a 72. Player options will accept Scoot Henderson. Just kidding. Obviously, Shelton Henderson, Crow, and Mika will accept. And then qualifying offers, Knipple, Fears, and Queen. All 3 free agents from the same draft class. Obviously, looking to bring all 3 of them back. So Fears has earned his contract. Queen and Knipple have all earned money. Although, Knipple, I need you to stay healthy in the playoffs if you could, because we need you there. Please. Okay. Anything else we should add to the table? So point guard is loaded. Shooting guard, I feel okay with. 3 is fine. 4 is fine. And 5 is fine. So I guess if there was one position, maybe it is the shooting guard spot. So I guess go ahead and give me Malachi Branham for extra depth, just in case things go south there as far as Knipple getting hurt again. Progression, though, you have Knipple, Queen, Fears, all developing really well. Missy's up to an 84. And again, he is just not moving up to anything too crazy. So I think I'm very happy we made a trade to get Jabari just in case. So yeah, that's going to be it basically. So let's go in this rotation. It's going to basically stay the same. We made the playoffs last year. We were literally there. And then, of course, we went in hurt. So hopefully this time around, though, we go in healthy into these playoffs and maybe go all the way to the finals and win the whole thing. So I am at the trade deadline, and I found this particularly interesting on the Oklahoma City Thunder front. They are 17-34 and not having a good season whatsoever. So I want to see if we can swoop in and trade for Mr. Chet Holmgren. I have no idea if we're going to be able to, but if we get him on this team, I think it's safe to say this team would be absolutely complete. So, and we can go win a championship this season, what I'm hoping for. So I'm looking to trade Jabari in this trade. Obviously, they were drafted back-to-back. So let's see if we can give them this guy as well. And then let's say we throw in like Malachi Branham or something. And then you give me Collinsworth. So Cody Collinsworth. All right. So Jabari, Mika, Malachi Branham, and then whatever first we have to throw at them, I'm okay with. So 2031, 2033. Does this give you enough? And oh my gosh, we got Chet Holmgren. Chet Holmgren, welcome to New Orleans. So now we have Ferris Knipple, Murphy, Chet, Derek Queen, Missy, Herb Jones, Jason Crow, and Treyman Jordan Hawkins. So I like that a lot. Chet Holmgren hopefully completes us, and we'll see if it ends up paying off. But I would imagine that it does. We were already a really good team. We add him to the fold. I think we can go win a championship this season now. Hopefully we can anyway. The Jokic gets himself his third MVP, and here are the rest of your awards. But I'm all locked in on trying to see if we can't go win a championship, as Fears gets All-NBA second team, All-NBA third team, All-Defensive first team, and All-Defensive second team. As you guys are well aware, we made an all-in move to bring in Chet Holmgren at the trade deadline. So let's see if that move pays off here. We were playing really well once we brought him in, so I assume that that will be the case. We do have one injury with Trey Mann, unfortunately, but we do have depth, thankfully, even despite the Chet Holmgren trade. So we get Denver in round one, and I would imagine that we should be able to take care of them. Although I will say, even though Jokic isn't here, they did bring in Anthony Edwards to the mix, which is very interesting. They have Stokes, Kuminga, and Charles. But, I mean, I think we should beat them. But we're up 1-0. We're up 2-0. We're up 3-0, and we will beat them in 5, hopefully. Yeah, so we get out of the first round for the first time in the video. And now for the Portland Trail Blazers, who have Scoot, Shaden Sharp, Nathan, Cameron Boozer, Cameron Williams, Donovan Clingan, Derek White, Tamani Kamara, and Denny Avdia. Denny Avdia's overall in 2K, by the way, is an absolute crime. The man's having a great season so far for the Blazers, but never understood his overall going into 2K26. But we're still healthy, so let's see if we can take down the Blazers. Game 1 goes to the Blazers. Game 2 goes to the Blazers. Game 3 goes to the Blazers, and I thought we had the roster potentially. Wait, we could get back in this series, maybe. We got to win game 6, though. We went down 3-0. We did just have a team blow a 3-0 lead, or we blew a 3-0 lead on a team. So can the Blazers potentially do that to us here? Did take the lead here, but ultimately, no, that's not going to happen. So 98-108. That felt like the all-in move, getting Chet Holmgren. He did get hurt, though, so I don't know when he stopped playing, but ultimately we lost, and the Blazers pushed the Mavericks, and the Mavericks beat the Raptors in 5. So, of course, I made the all-in move already with Chet Holmgren, so probably not another move in me right now. I think this is basically the team, so we're going to run it one more time here and hope that we get some better luck in the simulation. The one upgrade we are making here is we got Joe Mazzulla to be our brand new head coach in New Orleans. So that is the big move of the offseason. We're going new head coach. Mazzulla, welcome in. I'll see you guys in the next season. Well, I thought we'd look into a top seed, but unfortunately we end up as the 5th seed in the West. So here is what the rotation is still looking like. Basically remains the same as I mentioned kind of earlier. Here are your end of the season player stats. So this is going to be our last chance to hopefully bring in a title. You have 28 from Fears, 22 from Chet, 22 from Nipple, and 11 from Derek Queen, and 10 from Murphy, and 10 from Jason Crow. Sacramento, round 1 is going to be the matchup. So they have John Morant, Brandon Miller, Declan Duru, which is a interesting name, Keegan Murray, Sabonis, Nick Smith, and Carter Bryant. So game 1 is going to go to us. Game 2 goes to Sacramento. Game 3 goes to us. Game 4 goes to us, and we beat them in 5. Big. Okay. So now we get out of this, and we're still healthy going into the next round, which is good. Dallas or San Antonio, you know, maybe a Wemby or a Cooper Flag injury wouldn't hurt here, but let's see. It is going to be Cooper Flag and the Mavericks, who have Noah Cherry, Koulibaly, Noah, Derek Lively, Dariq Whitehead. I mean, I have a feeling we're going to get absolutely bounced here if I had to guess. But it was a nice, fun ride. So we'll see if that is the case. Herb Jones is not hurt. We have to somehow beat the Mavericks, which is not going to be an easy task. But we have a good team, but I don't know if it's going to matter here. So game 1 is going to go to us, though, 108 to 101. So that is a good start, which we'll take. Game 2 also goes to us. Game 3 goes to them, though. Game 4 goes to them. So we split, or sorry, they take home court and we take home court, or we won on the road. Each team won on the road, and now it is going to change here. Or no, I guess we all won at home, right? I don't know. Regardless, it's 2-2, but they're about to go up 3-2. Ultimately, 98 to 131. So we have a big, big tough task ahead of us. So we have to somehow beat the Mavericks in game 6 to force a game 7. So can we do that? We're going 8-man rotation to hopefully make it happen. We've had the lead here a couple times in this one, but ultimately we're going to get absolutely sealed by the Mavericks here. So that is going to be how this one ends. Mavericks, Pistons. Mavericks win another championship. So we gave it our all, but unfortunately, this team did not have what it took to go on to win the whole thing. I really liked what we threw together here. I thought Chet was going to complete things. But get past the Blazers last year, who knows? Maybe we could have advanced, but ultimately, we'll never know. I hope you guys did enjoy this one. It was a fun one. This is Crushables. I'm saying peace.